You just...
Good stuff. Alright, we're all set. Let's just go ahead and leave here. Yeah. Alright, we'll wait for that to go through. Gotta wait for the fishing to finish up. Also, with that being said, let's also... Ooh, got the Slowpoke. What a pull. What a pull. Good job, Nightbot. Good job. Alright, perfect. What is up, my kings, my queens, my royals in between? I'm Lord Rosnell. This is Pokemon Radical Red, and if you missed the last episode, you're probably about as clueless as about what's going on as I am, seeing as how I missed streaming last week for this. I think we were trying to clear out Cycle Road and then eventually make our way to Blaine, but I honestly can't remember how far we made it, so... Okay, apparently we made it through the awful trio here. So I guess let's see what we have in store for us for everybody else. Should be a lot of fun. But either way, if you end up enjoying the content, definitely drop a like and a sub. It'll let me know I'm doing a good job. It'll let the algorithm know I'm doing a good job. Then you'll get to see more content like this. So more fan-made Pokemon games, more retro content, more Souls-like content. We got a little bit going on for everybody. You know what? We're gonna hit a shift gear. Shouldn't have hit shift gear. How dare you have that? How dare? Ayo, Papa. How's it going? How has your Monday been? Okay, yeah, of course you're still faster. Shouldn't have hit shift gear. That's just on me. That's just on me. Alright, send out the bug. Stone Edge, please. That did more damage than I expected. The fact that rock does not resist bug kind of feels weird. It's been meh. You know what? I feel that. I feel that, Papa. Though so far this week has started off better than last week did, so I'm grateful for that. All right. Super effective, not enough. Also, I'm a little surprised the Houndstone is faster. We'll just bite one here. It's fine. Had a CT scan today, so that was fun. I've never had a CT scan before. I know... I'm trying to remember if... I can't remember if Kit had one or if it was a MRI. I think it was an MRI that they had. And I sat in the room next to them with their... when they were having their MRI. That thing is a little loud as fuck. Okay, I was expecting my duck to be faster. Is Houndstone just like surprisingly fast? I've not necessarily ran into this thing. I've had more than most, I'd imagine. Yeah, probably. I'd believe that. Yeah, I don't look forward to ever possibly even having an MRI. Just like I can't imagine like what it's like being actually in an MRI machine, just being like on the other side of the room of one. Okay, Rosary does not help me here in any way. I guess Fell Stinger. God damn. Alright, go Burb. But yeah, I'm just genuinely surprised that freaking Houndstone is so fast. I would have imagined, like, with how bulky it looks, I feel like it should be slower. Had to have one on my brain, and then they put a cage over my face, and that, yeah. Yeah, they gotta keep you still for that, and putting a cage over, yeah, that's a whole thing. Especially like if you end up being like claustrophobic in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, bad times. I'm going Crab Hammer. That did not do a lot. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna have to redo this fight. Perfect. What a great way to start all this off. All mostly because of the fact that that there was an insanely fast dog. All right, I'm going Shadow Ball. I'm hoping for a kill. Wow, that did nothing. The hell kind of stats does Gigalith have? Like, is it all defense and HP or what? Also, I don't feel like losing money. You can just restart. Screw it. This is what happens when you don't play for an entire, well, 2 weeks. Alright, well, seeing as how we know what they're gonna start off with. It still just feels weird that Bug Buzz does that much damage. You know what? Maybe we just start off with the big burb. We can Oblivion Wing the majority of our problems. Very claustrophobic. Yeah. Yeah, that was just a recipe for disaster to start off with. Let me guess, Gigalith? Nope, going into Houndstone. Alright, so now we get to play a game of... Do we try and save Big Bird? So, nah, screw it. Even this... How fast is Houndstone? Because this does not feel right. The hell is your stat spread? This thing has a 68 in speed for its base stats. How in the fuck is this thing so fast? Or is Last Respect a priority move? Yeah, it's not a priority. Like, I have no idea how in the world this Houndstone is so fast. This does not make any sense to me. No surprise it went for that, but it's probably going for kill. I don't think that crit would have mattered. Yeah, okay. There's something, they got something messed up with that fucking Houndstone, because there's no way that it's supposed to be faster than what I was dealing with there. There's no way. The more and more I play this, the more and more I genuinely just dislike this ROM hack. Ooh. I guess just go for straight damage? Does it have negative defense? What are the stats in this game? Of course, use explosion. Seriously, okay, what are your stats? It has less defense than special defense. I don't know whoever made this ROM hack, like what stats they're putting where, but I think you messed up, pal. Because that Surf 1,000,000% should have done more damage than a freaking Stone Edge. Like, are you kidding me? At least taking the time to look up the stats is making me feel a little bit better about the decisions I'm making, and me being upset about the fact that, you know, they're not fucking working. Sleep powder. Yep, perfect. Love it. Alright. We're gonna throw out the croc. It'll probably try and sleep powder. There we go, now we avoid. Okay, that happened about how I expected it. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, can I even fly yet? I guess I could just tell. Did they just like screw up Fly in this game? Like is that my understanding? Like, did they screw up Fly in this game too? Well, I will at least say it here. I have two different ideas on how I want to handle what game we play next. I'm gonna do one of two things. Either A, I'm going to do the I think it's the Emerald ROM hack that it turns everything into Super Mario, because that looks like a lot of fun. I was hoping that would have done more. It did not. And you have leftover? Oh, because you're a boss. Okay. All right, let's swap out to the boom. Yeah, set up stealth rocks. I don't really care. And 4 times damage. But yeah, either that or depending on how many episodes it takes to get through this and everything will really determine if I want to take on my slightly bigger project that I have an idea of. But there is a pretty popular well, that's not useful to me. All right, yeah, let's just go kill her. But a pretty popular ROM hack that probably a lot of people know, called Recharged Yellow. And from what I remember, wow, I resist and I get poisoned on top of it. Cool, thanks game. And then we got Skunk Shot. Oh, high horsepower, even better. Cool, love this game. But from my understanding, if I remember correctly, there is oh, what's what I'm looking for? Retro achievements that go along with
Happy birthday!
With Recharged Yellow, and I'm kind of thinking maybe instead of doing episodic an episodic playthrough, I could, oh, don't tell me I flinch, I could just do one big like edited down thing, and it'd just be like, hey, if you want to see like how we got here through everything, just check out the live playlist. That might not be a bad idea, but depending on how many episodes I have and how much time it would take to actually get through all of the achievements for Recharge Yellow would make a difference. I mean, I guess I could also just do some stuff off stream. That could be a thing. Anyway, also Jambone, hope you're doing well. Hope your Monday's going fine. Hopefully it's at the very least going okay. I was sad to hear about okay, I was gonna say, how in the world did that do so much damage? A crit will do that. A crit will do that. But I was sorry to hear that you're in the same boat as me now. Definitely did not care to hear about that news, to say the least. Oh, okay, that's another reason why I did so much damage. It's life orbed. Been a pretty productive day. Lots of cleaning, lots of job. Yeah, I know that feel. I know that feel all too well. Obviously, you know, feel free to, you know, not talk about it or anything like that. If you really, this motherfucker has a mega scissor. Are you fucking kidding me, game? Are you fucking kidding me right now? But like I said, if you don't feel like comfortable talking about it, definitely don't worry about it. But what in the world happened? I can't imagine that there's too many people like out there wanting to do a super early morning like bakery job. And knowing you as a person, you should 110% be like a top quality choice for you know, to, you know, be an employee somewhere. It feels weird. All right, and then it's probably gonna bullet punch because priority. Yep, there's the bullet punch. Can we please quit running into nothing but boss level trainers? Like, I don't understand how anybody can see this as being fun. The reason they gave me was that my performance was not where it needed to be, even though I was told multiple managers and employees I was the best baker they had. Love that. Love that fucking excuse. It's like, oh, it's like, I mean, if my performance wasn't, you know, up to par, how come nobody fucking told me that? Fucking ridiculous. Because it's like, well, it's like, on top of that, it's like, well, if my performance wasn't up to, you know, up to par, like, how come I don't have any like performance reviews saying that? How come it was never brought to my attention? Like, there's so many like lines of like, well, why? It's like, why? Like, it's like you can't really explain to me why, can you though? So I don't know what happened, but the last couple months they kept adding to my workload until I couldn't keep up, even though I was getting everything done, just not as fast as they wanted. Got it. Okay, that's probably more what it was. They were trying to... It definitely sounds more like they were trying to get rid of you for one reason or another, and it just eventually got to that point where it's like they added on so much that you just couldn't keep up. But yeah, no, that sounds like a screw job right there. Not attractive fish. I don't want to deal with that. I'll try dragon. Yeah, I remember Fish's friend. Yeah, that did not do a whole lot. Alright. Is what it is. I'm assuming the last time I asked for a raise, they realized they didn't want to pay me that much, so they had to concoct. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. That 100% makes sense right there. I guess actually I'm gonna go psychic. Wow, really switching into Greninja? You're fucking kidding me, right? Alright, as much as I don't want to have to do this. Also, if we die here at this point, I'm gonna have to accept the death because I have not been saving. Is that even a thing Greninja can learn? We're gonna go for multi-attack. And of course, you go first. Cool. I love this game. Hey! It's like, we're gonna give you competitive level things to go against at all times. There's nothing you can do about it. Just deal with it. And now I have to deal with Fish's friend being just absolutely murderous against pretty much all of my things, and half of my team is slow as fuck. Cool. But the funny thing is, they tried to be sneaky and train my replacement at a different store, but that one, what's it called? Person. But the one they trained, this person was at the one my sister is the main shift leader for. Freaking idiots. So I knew like a week before they told me, yeah, nah, just that sounds like an incredibly shitty situation. Alright, hopefully this at least slows down this stupid Dracovish. Also, why is the Dracovish not taking sandstorm damage? It's water dragon. Those aren't any of the things that avoid okay, you actually go for the Fish's friend this time. But yeah, well, yeah, the more I play Radical Red, just the more I just dislike it. Like, at this point, we're finishing it out of spite, that's all. Dracovish freaks me out. It looks like a big lizard lot. Yeah, right? I'm not a big fan of the, oh god, I'm trying to remember exactly what, what all the different types are. Or, not that, what gens are which. So it would be what, Gen 8? Right? Because Gen 9 is Scarlet Violet. But yeah, I was never a big fan of the latest fossil Pokemon. Yeah, the Sword and Shield ones, yeah. Just like, I get what they were kind of going for, but no. And of course, because they made them look so stupid, they had to make them insanely strong so people would actually want to use them. It was you, right? Right. Cool idea, not so cool. Yeah. The idea of like, oh no, it's like you accidentally get some fossils mixed up when you put them through the machine, and so they get kind of mixed. Like, okay, I get it, but it's like, really though? Right. I forgot that Stunfisk starts off. Alright, do we start with the duck? And hope that one good surf takes care of it? Or do we go with the boom? Let's try duck first, I guess, because if we can set up the duck as one with the bumps to special attack, that'd probably be decent. Stab, super effective, and it only does half. I find that incredibly hard to believe. Again, it's one of the, it's got to be one of those things where it's like, oh hey, yeah, we know for a fact that okay, so what it did last time was what? It went bug. But we're probably gonna go bug into Dracovish, so let's Gunk Shot. Did you even have that as an option? It was U-turn, Hydro Pump. And of course you're faster. Yeah, I feel like that ability is just too busted. Like, okay, here's always, you know, stab damage. I'm gonna hope Big Burp faster, though. From what I've learned of this, okay, so Gunk Shot, Hydro. Okay, that would generally. Yeah, no, this is so stupid. This is just dumb. Do I even have anything that's actually gonna? Yeah. With the speed being that fucking high, like, what's the fucking point? Like, ugh. This whole setup's just fucking annoying. Alright. Alright, Rillaboom is much better set up to do a big load of murder damage. Alright, stab. Super effective. Extra 30% bonus because of Focus Sash. Yeah, fuck you, game. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. Alright, Fell Stinger. Alright. So long as something doesn't come out and one-shot me, which, let's be real, Greninja's gonna come out with Ice Beam. Greninja's gonna come out with Ice Beam. That's not what I wanted to do. Didn't matter, we were dead anyways. Cool. And the crazy thing is, it's never gonna miss Hydro Pump. It's just what. It hits U-turn as soon as it comes out. As soon as this comes out. All right. Let me see if I can at least set up Gunk Shot. Really? I call shenanigans. Oh, and your fucking Gunk Shot doesn't do damage, right? It's life orbed, yeah. Interesting. All right, so if we do this again, and we send out the duck and it's pretty full health, we can expect a Gunk Shot, and we can just Psychic into it and probably kill it. Ugh. I don't like any of my options, to be honest. I'm okay with this. Dracovish coming out, immediately getting bulldozed. Kind of huge. Alright. Yeah, I was gonna say Fisher's Friend realistically gonna kill. I'd have to be at full health for it to not. Again, still annoyed that it's somehow not getting hit by what's what I'm looking for? It's somehow not getting hit by Sandstorm. Like it's nice little chip damage, but it's not gonna be, you know, a deciding factor. But the fact that it's not taking the chip damage is insane. So what, we only know 3 of his frickin' Pokemon? Greninja comes back out. It murders with Ice Beam. Also, ooh, I just realized having Life Orb seems to negate, or seems to be completely like looked over whenever you use U-turn, which seems really stupid. Mega Beedrill, huh? Stone Edge. So I'm guessing they're using Cycle Lane to like shoehorn in what's the word I'm looking for? A bunch of the Megas that they're not going to use for any of the gym leaders. Alright, so long as this last Mon that comes out isn't ridiculous. Oh. I see what you're about to do. Lucky for me, I had I set up what's the word I'm looking for? Stone Edge, which took away your sturdy. Because I've seen that setup before in meme builds that I've seen videos posted about. You send out a Pokemon that's a level 1 that has sturdy. You do Shell Bell and Endeavor? Or I think it's Endeavor. But either way, in this specific scenario, you have like Sandstorms already set up. The Aaron comes out and guarantees the enemy Pokemon gets down to 1 HP. It then gets killed by the whatchamacallit, the Sandstorm. And because you have Shell Bell on the Aaron, when it hits Endeavor, it goes right back up to full resetting sturdy. Ooh, none of these, huh? Alright, just don't have an electric move. Or a grass move, I guess, but... Okay, or minorly annoying. Yeah, the fact that I'm looking at level 55s right now, and there's like the boss trainers just before this that are like, oh yeah, we're level 62, hee hee hee, ha ha ha. It's like, I think Heat Crash. It's my boys! It's one of my favorites from Sword and Shield. Absolutely love Phalanx. Such a great, goofy little Pokemon. Also, another Pokemon that I really enjoy playing in Pokemon Unite. I don't know if Phalanx will end up being useful at any point, but you never know. Okay, is it nothing but Phalanx? I'm gonna give it one more encounter. If it's literally just another Phalanx, I'm gonna call it. Okay, it's Mime. Okay, Mime Junior's different. That being said, I don't really want a Mr. Mime or a Mr. Rhyme. Staryu has potential. Turn it into Starmie, get another water psychic combo. Might be good for Blaine. Because I'm pretty certain we can buy evolution stones at this point. I don't know too much about Miss Magius and her stats, but I think this could be a good choice to have. Alright, multi-attack? Will you survive a multi-attack? Probably not, right? We're like 30 levels ahead of you. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's whatever. We tried. Alright, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. We don't necessarily need to go looking for a lot of Pokemon at this exact moment. I think we have a nice wide variety to work with. You're part fairy now, right? You're all fairy now. Got it. Okay. Well, multi-attack it is then. Yeah, honestly, like, even if I wasn't doing this as a randomizer, I don't know if I'd be having a better time, you know? It's not like the items or anything are randomized, so it's... So I'm not here like, oh, it's like, I don't know why this is, like it's all hard because of the fact of everything's randomized. That's not really the case. The stats aren't randomized. It's literally the moves and the abilities. That's literally it. And the reason why it's so hard is because of... Ooh, done though. Okay. But the reason why it's so hard is the stupid idea of, oh no, there's boss trainers where you're not allowed to use any items during the battle. Honestly, the fact that the Donzo held on there, kind of insane. Shell trap, huh? Will the shell trap affect me if I kill? It will not. Cool. That's good to know. But getting to actual regular Ash trainers again, kind of nice. I'm hoping we don't run into any bosses anytime soon, because I don't think my brain could handle it at the moment. Okay. Okay. I'm also... Is Eruption one of the... Okay, with how little that did, yeah, Eruption's 100% based on health. It's like, I don't remember, is Eruption one of the ones that's based on health? Yeah. Yeah, based on the amount of damage I took? It sure is, buddy. Okay, literally nothing you got, it's good. I'm real glad that I actually took the time to put the scope lens on Rock here, so that way I can just always hit my stone edges. Because fighting, I was like, wait, why does that not work? I always it's always so weird dealing with the Paradox Pokemon that are like the future Paradox versions, because they're always iron this, iron that, and I don't... Are any of them actually part steel? Like, I'm sitting here trying to think, like, if are any of the future things that are iron, are any of them parts steel? Because I know the Glade Gardevoir future one, because clearly it's like a combination of both, but it leans a little bit more on Glade. That one's, what, Fighting Fairy? Trying to think, what else? Obviously, no Iron Hands as electric fighting. Ooh, Absolite. Too bad I don't have an Absol. Right? I don't think I have an Absol. Alright. Nothing down this middle section. I didn't think there was. Get back here, you son of a bitch. I don't think the future... Oh, what's what I'm looking for? Volcarona? Yeah, Volcarona. Not Volcanion. It's like, I'm pretty certain... Or wait, or is that one actually steel? Is it fire steel? Because there's no way it's still a fire bug, right? That one might actually be steel, thinking about it. Okay, let's actually take a look, because I'm now interested. You know what? 4 times damage. Don't mind if I do. Era dogs Pokemon. Alright. We'll check the middle out here in a second. Nothing there. Alright, Iron Treads, Ground Steel. Okay, that's, like, immediately I'm already... But that's one. Fire Poison. Okay, and then Iron Crown's the only other steel one, but that's one of those ones where it's more like it was already steel. A steel type to begin with, so counting that one seems kind of disingenuous. But Iron Treads and Iron Crown are the only steel types out of all the future bundles. Or I guess the future paradoxes. Yep. Felsinger again, baby. At this point, screw it. We're in it. Bitter Mouse. Is that like a different version of Tri Attack? That seemed like a different version of Tri Attack. Alright. Alright. All we have to do is move fast enough to hit. Never mind. I don't know if the hyper attack up... Okay, hyper attack up with the Fell Stinger. Kind of insane. Like, if I could ever get into a scenario where I could Fell Stinger twice in a row and, like, one-shot, amazing. Like, Fell Stinger on rock would probably be kind of busted. You. It's definitely one of those Pokemon where it's like, I'm like, when they announced, oh yeah, by the way, you got the, oh, what's the word? Not the Dynamax raids. Oh, the terrestrialized raids, right? Like, we have those, and as like by the end, you can catch a shiny version of the four whatchamacallits or whatever, right? I can't remember their specific, the title that they gave them. But, like, you can finally get the shiny of those guys. But 1,000,000 of them have to be defeated each time. Which I'm like, okay, I'm sure that's probably going to happen, and depending on how they calculate that million will really make a big difference, right? Because it's like, okay, well, on one hand, like, is it like, okay, wow, explosion? That's an option. But like, it's definitely not, they're not going to count it as like each individual person beating one counts as one. It's like each group beating one counts as one. There's no way, because that hit 1,000,000 way too quick. Okay, I was gonna say there's got to be at least one, right? But I don't think 1,000,000's like out of the question. Like, I know I don't have anything set up to be like ready for any of those, but I might like take the time to look up and see like, okay, when's like the final date for those raids. Ooh, that's a fun carbine. Poison Steel. That's fun. I like that. You know what? Shadow Ball. Let's just try it. Like, honestly, like that. Honestly, what a great time to have Trick Room. But like, I might like pop in for like the last day or so for those, just so I can be like, okay, grab them up, get the shinies, put them in my Pokemon home. Not that I necessarily even care to have the shinies, to be honest. Like, shinies are cool, but please don't be a boss. That's all I ask. Don't be a boss. 68, not looking good. And it's raining. Oh yeah, they're 100% a boss. Okay, I'm gonna go Crab Hammer because of the extra damage. That did me no good. Awesome. Now, as much as I would love to throw out Papa Bear in this scenario, I already know for a fact this motherfucker is gonna have Levitate. Why did that do so little damage? Huh. Well, that was weird. I'm gonna go Duck, because I'm confident, because Duck should be about just as fast. Yep. So that's gonna be a free bump to our special attack, and the fact that it is raining, I think we might be okay with the Duck. Unless they obviously throw out, you know, like maybe a Starmie with Thunder. Huh. Soon as the words leave my mouth. Alright, let's... Cinema. Absolute cinema. And Paralyze. Oh, wow. Huh. That was Life Orbed. That's actually kind of wild to me that didn't kill. That's legitimately kind of wild to me that didn't kill. Alright. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that you probably have an ice move on you, but screw it, our Rillaboom's almost dead anyways. I'm just hoping I outspeed you. Wasn't gonna happen. Not a surprise. What an awful time to have a boss. Alright. None of this is gonna be fun no matter what. I'm going with my boy. I'm hoping for the best. Haha! Avoided. Get wrecked. Though honestly, mildly surprised. Does Hydro Pump not... I thought Hydro Pump was one of the moves that always hit during... I don't like any of this. I guess go X Scissor. Just see where it puts us. Hate that for me. Yeah, the raising the speed there is 100% going to be enough to... Yep, and that's going to one-shot now. That's going to be just stupid damage. That's going to be just a stupid amount of damage. Alright, Papa Bear. Please. You're big... I was going to say you're a tank, but stab, Dragon Dance, in rain, there's no way, right? Yeah, there's no way. Alright. That's incredibly annoying. Alright, so... I'm trying to think. It started off with the Magna Zone. The Magna Zone... Maybe I start off with... Maybe I start off with my Skeledirge. I'm also somewhat tempted to switch off of Skeledirge. Because I think I have the ability to teach Flamethrower. Like, maybe Volcanion would be a good choice so I could, like, have... So I can at least resist or have neutral damage to water moves. Both Typhlosions are pretty... Honestly, Swift Swim would be pretty intense here. That and you having multi-attack. Problem is your attack isn't all that great. But I don't know. Possibly pivoting off of Skeledirge might not be a bad call, right? Alright, based on how much time we have left, I'm gonna try this fight one more time. And if we can get it, cool. That would be a great way to end this. If we can't get it, we'll start it in the next episode. But we've made some progress. We cleared out the majority of Cycle Road. Let's hit save real quick, so that way we don't have to keep losing money, because we will inevitably lose money. So starting off with Skeledirge is going to be a general problem. Screw it. Let's start off Skeledirge. Let's hit Will-O-Wisp. So that way it's at least burnt. And then kind of go from there, I guess. That might be the play. We're faster. That's good news. So depending on how much damage we do with Flamethrower this time around, maybe we try and nuke it with Flamethrower. Really? Didn't it paralyze off of... I'm pretty certain it paralyzed off of Thunder last time too. Are you seriously telling me that it paralyzed 2 times in a row? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Alright, I'm gonna go Ceaseless Edge. Try and set up some spikes at the very least. Okay, I was gonna say, if it paralyzes me again, I know that this game's cheating. Good hit. Alright, this is where I think we bring out the duck. Bring out the duck. We hit surf. We get our as one. Right, Starmie. I'm gonna hit the Stone Axe. Alright. So we know that the Starmie's fast. We know that it wasn't able to kill with thunder. I think this is where we send out the burb. And we hit Oblivion Wing. Ooh, going for the Hydro Pump. Yeah, the fact that, honestly, like, stab Hydro Pump in rain with a Life Orb, but the fact that that didn't kill is kind of nuts. Salamence, huh? Alright, we already know that's gonna be a Mega Salamence, right? Like that's already gonna be a thing. I'm gonna hit Oblivion Wing. Not a Mega Salamence. Huh. Alright. Come on, burp. Damn, you bastard. Oh, okay, well, I mean, I guess kind of good. Like, the fact that it didn't kill it. I mean, yeah, Intimidate into forcing me to be confused, kind of an odd choice.
I guess you're gonna miss the
Crafty!
raid.
Crafty! Thank you so much for the raid! I hope you're doing well. I hope you got all the crafting, co-working stream stuff done. Alright, if Avalanche doesn't kill here, of course, yeah, have something that reduces ice attacks, ya bum. Still dead, get out of here! But welcome on in, Raiders. If you don't know who I am, I'm Lord Rosnell. I do a bit of variety streaming, as you can tell. Pokemon, kind of a big thing here. We do fan-made Pokemon games, we do a lot of retro, we do a lot of Souls-like. So if any of that sounds good to you, right here. Your boy's got you covered. Accurate, Lord rated me this morning. That is true. That is true. After I checked out a game I got a key for called Atomic Owl, I rated into Crafty because Crafty is good people. But you all know that already because you came along with Crafty. Also, while I'm thinking about it, raid. Not raid. I know how to stream. But welcome on in, Raiders. Let me make sure I greet everybody appropriately. Jambone, welcome back in. Glad you came in with the raid. Two Dog, hope you're doing well, pal. How was the 24-hour stream? I did some lurky-loos there. It looked like you're having a good time. Cave Enclave. Ooh, that's a fun name. I like that. I tried to sneak in right as the raid hit. Nice. 26 hour, Two Dog. That's not how 24-hour streams work. You're not supposed to do it that way. Oh, also, YouTube, if you made it this far in the video, first of all, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. Like I said at the beginning of the video, like, sub, all that fun jazz if you enjoyed the content. But either way, we're going to keep this stuff going. But yeah, either way, once again, thank you for your time. Really do appreciate it. And I will catch you in the next one. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, by the way, everybody coming over in the raid, I'm also streaming over on YouTube. Don't let Twitch know that I said that, because apparently that's a no-no. But yeah. A lot of what I stream here on Twitch, I'm recording, and I upload it episodically over on YouTube as well. So that's fun. It is too many hours. At least too many. He wasn't going to stop until he won a match in WWE 2025. Oh, you know what? That's a worthy extra 2 hours. I get that. I get that. Now, was he playing against like actual people, or was he like just doing random matches? Because if he was playing against actual people, I can understand why that took him 2 hours. If he was playing just random matches, okay, well then I'm gonna blame that on the fact that he's been up for 24 hours as to why that took so much extra time. He's just just starting. Okay, you know what? That's fair. That's also fair. Brand new to the game, if you've never actually played any other kind of wrestling game, completely understandable, trying to get the hang of things. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, at that point, my brain would be microwaved cheese whiz. Yeah, 100%. I get that. It's like after 24 hours, because I've done 2 24-hour streams. I think I've only done 2. I've done 2, and my second subathon didn't go 24 hours because not enough people subbed. But that's, you know, neither here nor there. That's not a big deal. But done plenty of like 12-hour streams. He's going to design community members and have us fight. So he hasn't played since 07. Okay, yeah, that kind of ring rust. Yeah, that's something you just can't get past. But I love that idea. I've often thought about like at some point I wanted to get one of the wrestling games, whether it's WWE, AEW, doesn't really matter one way or another. But what's the word I'm looking for? Like creating an entire universe, like building my own whole thing. And what would happen is me and Kit would be the ring announcers. Like we'd be the color commentary for all the matches, and we would just like set up all the matches, like create little stories around them, but we do the color commentating, and we just let like the computers whack at each other and be like, it's like just like, you know, doing play-by-play calls. I feel like that'd be a lot of fun. Cat? Well, basically the whole keyboard went, yeah, that'll do it. Bray had a whole bunch of opinions about the plus sign in Vanderwood's. But yeah, it's like it's a whole plan that I have in my brain. It's just again, it's one of those things where that's gonna be more of a once I can get, you know, funds coming back in to afford things, then maybe we can do fun shenanigans like that. But we already have a plan in place, so once we're able to do that, we could definitely do that. Also, before I forget, raiders, if you have to raid and run, I completely understand. Go take care of yourselves. Go get you some rest, some snacks, whatever you gotta go do. I'll be here, so if you want to come back, leave a tab up for me. That's cool. I appreciate it. If not, go take care of yourself. That's the only thing that really matters, is you taking care of yourself. I do need to lurk, but have fun looking at Blaine or whoever. Thanks, Crafty. I appreciate it. Once again, thank you so much for the raid. But yeah, we're gonna try our best to get to Blaine. I don't think with how it's been going so far, I don't think it's gonna happen. But who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. That being said, let's start the next recording. What is up, my kings, my queens, and my royals in between? I'm Lord Rosnell. This is Pokemon Radical Red, and I'm going to do a quick save because I just realized that these are all probably boss level trainers, and they're a pain in my ass, and I don't feel like losing money. So we're going to save right in front of them, so if we need to, we can just reset real quick. If you missed the last episode, you missed us clearing out Cycle Road, which was a whole pain in my ass because... let's be real, having to deal with boss trainers, kind of awful when you're doing a randomizer, because their teams aren't randomized, and they are competitive ready, to say the very least. I should not have started with Killer Croc here, but it worked for the last time, so we're gonna go with it. We're just gonna go with it. Either way, if you end up enjoying the content, definitely drop a like and a sub. It'll let me know I'm doing a good job. It'll let the algorithm know I'm doing a good job. Then you'll get to see more content like this. So more fan-made Pokemon games, more Souls-like content, more retro content. We got a little bit here for everybody. I'm going with the rock only because I feel like it makes the most sense to hit Stone Edge. I was gonna... honestly, kind of just a dumb idea. Because if you looked at my team at all, I have one glaring weakness. It's water. Water is my big weakness. And the reason why we have our team the way we have it, it's kind of more so previous save that kind of just vibed to a point where it's like, we know we have a pretty solid team. It's just, it doesn't necessarily always pan out with, you know, you come up with the speedy Cramorant in rain. And there's just, you know, nothing you can do about it. Because that's how life works sometimes. Interesting switch into Mantine. Is Mantine really that tanky, or is that like specific training into making Mantine that tanky? Because I feel like that Mantine should not be that tanky. Okay, pretty solid. Alright. Flip turn out of here, huh? Bringing back out Cramorant, which is fine, because now I get to Oblivion Wing it. Not great damage, but good enough. I don't think it's... Surf is going to be a killer by any stretch. Loaded up Gulp Missile. Okay. Okay, that's especially bad for us. I didn't realize that's what Gulp Missile essentially did. Haven't really ever played around with Cramorant. Goofy Bird, fun to play in Pokemon Unite. Never really tried to put it on the team. Nidoqueen, interesting. As much as Crabhammer would theoretically... Nidoqueen faster than me. We did have, whatchamacallit, the speed drop. I'm remembering this now. We have the speed drop. Bubblebeam's probably going to hurt, but not a whole lot. Nidoqueen shouldn't really be that big of a special attacker. That hurt a whole lot more than I would have expected. It must be specifically trained in special attack. Because I know like Bubble Beam's a decent move and I know it's raining, but to do that much damage when you're not a special attacker is kind of insane to me. Okay. So we got one Pokemon. I'm gonna hit multi-attack only because as much as I want to hit Fell Stinger, I don't want it to resist just enough to screw me over. Alright, 2 Pokemon left. Decidueye. Not great for us. Ew, Hurricane? Your team has way too many Hurricanes. Yeah, that's not enough damage. Alright, we will be... Actually, wait, I don't even need to... Because I was smart and I saved in front of this. Alright, so we do not start off with... What's your face? We do not start off with Skeledirge. Skeledirge, not the right choice. I think, honestly, our best bet is Burb. Actually, you know what? Let's start with the Duck, so we can set up Stealth Rock. Getting Stealth Rock set up is going to be helpful with how often he was trying to switch things out. At the very least, if we can save Skeledirge for the Decidueye, we might be generally okay. Because Cramorant's pretty much hard countered. Well, actually, between Cramorant and Mantine, Articuno generally held its own very well. Solid damage. Alright. Alright, Duck is gonna die. Nothing we can do about it unless Hurricane misses, which, of course, knowing my luck, it was never going to. Ooh, low rolled. Come on, hit. Ah, of course you miss, you bum. Alright. I was gonna say, go for Hurricane third time and miss. Nah. That's easy pickup territory. I get it. Alright. We bring out the Burb. We hit Oblivion Wing. Went for the Surf. Respect. Alright. It pulls out the Gulp Missile. I'm hoping that Oblivion Wing can pick it up here so I don't have to... Will Gulp Missile still hurt me? Never mind. Doesn't matter. Right, and then the speed drop is what... You had Roost this whole time? Oh, that's annoying. Alright, I'm hoping for like a big crit here. No crit, but honestly, I'll take it. I'm going for Roost again. I mean, if anything, this just gives me more health. So is it purposely just trying to stall? I'm gonna go for Shadow Ball, see if I can drop its special defense. I was gonna say, because if I can nail a D drop, that'd be huge. Alright. Now we're getting into some dangerous territory. I should have probably hit Oblivion Wing instead of Shadow Ball. Yeah, because now Cramorant's 100% gonna kill the bird. Yeah, nothing I can do about it. Should have hit Oblivion Wing there. I don't know why I didn't think about doing it. I think I was more focused on trying to get a Spidey drop. Alright, we send out the Boom, because our best bet. Penny? Alright. Let me at least see if I can get through this fight first, and then I'll take Penny out. Alright, neutral damage. Should... Wait. Why was that? But that was neutral. You know what? Whatever. I do not know why that was counted as neutral damage. It should not have been neutral damage. Alright, Desi Die comes out. A little bit of damage there. I'm hitting Fell Stinger. If Hurricane doesn't kill, we at least get some damage out. Spirit Shekel. Cool. That's probably gonna be what's gonna kill Skeledirge. Actually, you know what? Let's send out Papa Bear. Let's hit Avalanche. That's you know, really strong move. Not gonna kill Papa. Avalanche, just stupid strong. Alright, so the problem we now run into is the Nidoqueen and the Mantine. Alright, I think for our best bet I have to hit Avalanche here. Alright, we're close. It's just Cramorant having Roost really screwed us over. Cool. Love the fact that you just always gonna hit your stuff. Okay, all right. I'm gonna restart it because let's be real, Skeledirge not gonna handle it. But everybody, give me a few moments. I gotta run Penny Potty. I will be right back. No. The fact that these things are not... Oh my god, what is this nonsense? I'm literally getting screwed by game mechanics here. Thank you, Jesus. That was awful. And we're gonna... Wow, okay. Alright, boop. Alright. And power jump. Oh yeah, that's right. Pro gamer, right here. Eh. Oh no, not a pro gamer, not a pro gamer, not a pro gamer! I done fucked up. Oh, how did I make it out of that? Okay, alright. Okay, let's purify. Oh, okay. Take that. Okay, cool. Mission complete. Easy peasy. Okay, we're back. All right. I still think Duck probably straight out probably smart call. I think Duck first. Pretty solid, especially if we can. Get lucky. And hit our double axe. If we can hit double axe, I think we'll be looking much better. Alright, low rolled there, so even if it high rolls, I think we'll be okay on... Oh, we low rolled on our axe. Who knows, maybe we survive this, get our second axe this time around. Alright, perfect. Of course you hit yourself in the confusion, you bum. Alright. Try Big Burb again. It hits the surf. Maybe okay, maybe next time around, maybe I don't go straight into the burb, I go into, maybe I go into the boom. Maybe that's the plan. Maybe I go into the boom. So, it's either going to attempt to go for a kill or it's going to roost. Going for the roost. We hope for a crit. It might be low. It might be at that like sweet spot where it might not roost again. No, okay. All right, I'm gonna hit it one more time in hopes that that's nope. Okay, it's still gonna keep roosting. Alright, that's it. Yeah, I was gonna say it's not gonna roost again, not when it's at half health. It gulps. Okay, luckily it's not a Pikachu, so I don't have to worry about paralyzation. Alright, it is probably gonna roost, but with the amount of health I'm going to lose, I should probably hit Oblivion Wing so I can get my stats up. Finally hit the crit, but obviously too little too late. It's gonna roost again. That being said, I'm gonna hit Shadow Ball, see if I can get a Speedy Drop. No Speedy Drop, but now that I hit that, maybe it... Nope, still gonna go for Roost. That's fine. That at least taught me up. Alright, and if where its health is at has taught me anything, I'm going to hit Shadow Ball. It's just gonna roost. And if I can get a Speedy Drop, good crit and Speedy Drop. Huge. Okay. I'm hitting Oblivion Wing in hopes that the Speedy Drop will be enough. It's probably not. Yeah, not quite enough. Alright, I'm gonna hit... Alright, Shadow Ball. Ooh, went for Surf. Not what I was expecting. Interesting that that's when it finally decided to go for Surf. Yeah. And Gulp Missile's annoying. Alright, realistically, Burb's dead. There's just no two ways about it. This thing is gonna, I was gonna say, it's gonna hit Ice Beam, it's gonna hit Hydro Pump, it's gonna do something to kill. There's nothing. Heyo, Master of Disguise, how's it going? How is ya Monday? So we know Hydro Pump's gonna be a murder machine, right? We can come in with Papa Bear with Avalanche. I'm gonna go with the Boom. Hit for some neutral multi-attack and hope for the best. Ooh, stab Hurricane. Alright. Kind of annoying. Alright. I guess we should have went with Papa Bear there. Went for the Avalanche. Does Hydro Pump kill here? Surprisingly, it does. God damn. Alright, so Mantine's a fucking menace. Got it. And we just need to pray that Hydro Pump somehow misses. Of course, I go to sneeze, and it takes forever for me to, like, my mic to register that I needed to turn off. And as soon as I get it to finally turn off, I don't need to sneeze anymore. Fun times. Meh, some crazy shit happening, but hanging in there. I get that. Some things absolutely suck, but yeah, no, oh, do I get it. Oh, do I get it. Alright. Yeah, I think we go for the double axe duck. And depending on, and I think we just go for the boom instead of the burb. Because I think the burb is the counter to, whatchamacallit, Mantine. Alright, we didn't get confused, which is huge. Not a lot of damage. Also, I feel like that Hurricane did particularly a lot of damage, so I don't know if we're going to survive the second one. We did not survive the second one. Okay, so he high rolled both times. Cool. Once again, I kind of wish that... Oh yeah, the reason why I wasn't sending out the boom is because of... Okay, I'm surprised he didn't go for Hurricane. Alright. If I would love a crit right here. Right, it's oddly super effective. You have a fucking... You gotta be kidding me. You have a focus sash? Why? I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting it to try and roost again. Which, you know, when thinking about it, it makes sense why it wouldn't, because then Focus Sash wouldn't reset, right? Because it wouldn't bring up enough. Okay, Deciadai comes out. Interesting choice. I'm gonna hit Felsinger. Yeah, it's gonna say it's not gonna matter. I think I kind of have to at least try Skeledirge. Because Skeledirge does not help in any way, shape, or form against anyone else. Okay, that's at least not death. That's good to know. Probably shouldn't have gone Flamethrower because it's going to be... Yeah, it's weakened because of... Alright. So, next time around, hit Shadow Ball instead. Shadow Ball realistically kills. Alright, that's just a misplay on my part. Bug doesn't actually do any better. Alright, I think this is where we sneak out the burb. Not gonna lie, I was expecting burb to go faster. Biggest problem I see here is only 100 health is not great. And I think the Mantine is faster. If it is in fact faster, went for Hurricane. And it crit. Okay, so no way to know if, like, I'm assuming 100 health was just never, it was never going to be enough. Alright. I guess let's hope that it doesn't hit hit the thing. It hits Hydro Pump, which means it. I guess we could see if it hits Hydro Pump on rock. Because if it doesn't happen to hit Hydro Pump, it. Because we've seen Hydro Pump miss in the rain. Because of Stone Edge, there we go. All right, Stone Edge kills for sure. There's no two ways about it. Now, our biggest issue here is Bubble Beam's probably going to kill Rock. We are faster, though. If that was stab, that would kill. Alright, I need to hope that we somehow survive and we don't lose speed. We survive, no speed fall. Okay, we made it. Don't ask me how, but we made it. We got real lucky there, chat. Like, insanely lucky. Alright. Oh, Altaria. I was like, what in the world is it trying to tell me? Right, we're not taking an Electrike. Alright. I'm also gonna teleport out because I don't think I actually did either of these other two fights. Alright, so we clear out those two fights, then we can finally start surfing our way down. In all honesty, if we end up running into more bosses in the water, I will probably lose my mind. I'll probably lose my mind, and I'll probably honestly cut out. Well, not necessarily cut out, but I'll start doing a lot of like trainer battles / traveling in off-stream stuff. So that way we can get through this ridiculous game. Also, I don't care what post game there is beyond like going to like see what the deal with Mewtwo is. Like, maybe they did something fun with Mewtwo, but anything past that, I'm not doing semi-islands if they have that in this. Like, it's just a whole lot of nope. Just a whole lot of nope. I'm so tired of this ROM hack at this point. Like, I would much rather play a month straight of Kaizo Ironmon, and I feel like I'd have more fun. Senior Sky. Senior Sky. I'm not gonna lie, the name's kind of blanking for me. It's probably been that long. Why is it blanking for me? I feel like it shouldn't. But how's it going? How is your Monday? I guess we're gonna hit Psychic. Actually, let's double down our efforts. Psychic on the Melodic. Oblivion Wing on the Melodic. Let me see. It's been like 2 weeks since I've watched your streams. Work's been busy. I get that. I get that. I mean, as of right now, I'd be dying to, you know, get some work, but you know, it is what it is. Heyo, Shadow Dragon Knight. How's it going? How is your Monday? You know what? Yeah, let's go Puff Bear. Screw it. If we hurt the duck a little bit, it is what it is. Alright. I'm going to Psychic that, and I'm going to Bulldoze everybody. Ah, I want to withdraw the Pikachu, huh? I'm glad I hit Psychic on the Pikachu then. Bouncy Bubble. Should have known you had a move that was going to heal yourself. It did how much damage? I'm genuinely flabbergasted. That was wild to me. Alright. Hit you with the Stone Axe. I'm gonna multi-attack you. I was about to say Mega Lapras. It's because they also have Gigantamaxes in this. You should also try out Pokemon Infinity. Really, I feel like, has somebody suggested Pokemon Infinity to me? I feel like might have written that one down somewhere. Let me pop that bad boy open. Let me see. And Pikachu comes out. Alright. I think we hit Psychic and we hit multi-attack on the Pikachu. I don't want to see the wiki. Okay, maybe I haven't seen Pokemon Infinity before. Because this does not look familiar. Ooh, looks very cool though. I get that Raichu reference. Like, I get the Raichu reference. But yeah, no. Okay, I'll definitely add that to my thing. Unbound is pretty fun too. Okay, I feel like I've heard Unbound at least. Yeah, I will say, I think at this point I'm good on any kind of challenge ROM hacks at this point. I don't feel like I need to put myself through that. Because Radical Red here is just absolutely just... It is not fun. I am 10 out of 10 not having a good time. Alright, let's see. No, let's go Stone Edge on you. Let's Will-O-Wisp you in hopes that, you know... I'm honestly a little surprised that the Lapras was slower. You know what? That works for me. Infinity is a fun ROM hack based on kid time traveling due to Selby. Ooh, okay, okay. That does sound very interesting. Okay, cool. All right, we might have a chance here, Chad. We might have a chance. Yeah, don't worry, dude. Infinity is a lot easier than Radical Red. Good, because like I said, your boy's not having a great time here at this point. Sounds sick. I've been on a kick. Okay, okay. But yeah, I think my general plan as of right now is I'm going to... Ooh, that did not do a lot. And yeah, Surf's gonna kill us both. Sick. Yeah, unfortunately, Flamethrower not enough to deal with this. Probably should have went Shadow Ball. Okay, even that didn't do a whole lot. Shit. Okay. Fail throw this. I mean, I'm already this far. I literally have 2 more gyms to go. I'm finishing this one out of spite. But my plan for whatever I'm doing next, I'm either A, going to play through yeah, I think we're gonna start off with this. I'm either gonna play through the Mario ROM hack, or the Pokemon, I think it's Pokemon Emerald ROM hack that turns everything into Mario, or I am going to or I'm gonna start up my very first what's the word I'm looking for? My very first, I'll think of the words, retro achievements thing, and I'll be doing Recharged Yellow, because that one actually has achievements, and I'll be working on a full achievement run. Right. Focus Dash, huh? That's just annoying. All right. All right. So how do we play this here? I think we just have to hit Bulldoze again. Maybe we'll get lucky. I think. Yeah, I was gonna say I have to try to kill the Melodic. I think. Citrus Berry, huh? Pikachu hitting the bouncy bubble to get 1 HP back. And you hitting the bouncy bubble with your special attack up. Ooh, okay. Honestly, just... Okay, like, I know Melodic's a decent Pokemon, but how in the world did that do that much damage? That makes 0 sense to me. Absolutely 0 sense. Alright. Also, yeah, we're sacking the bird. At this point, screw it. Just sack the bird. I would say more about Pokemon Infinity, but I really don't want to spoil it since it's a really good... Yeah, definitely for sure. Like, if it's as good as you're making it out to be, it's like, keep any of the fun little details that you know to yourself, so that way when I eventually get around to it, because it's definitely going on my list, it's like I love having like my first like genuine reactions. Oh yeah, by the way, have you tried out Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga? If you haven't, I really recommend playing it since it's classic. Funny enough, I still have my original copy of it for the Game Boy Advance, and I absolutely loved... Ooh, I think we want to kill you off as quickly as we can. Actually, let's see if we can't get some health back. And I recently played through it and finally beat it for the first time. I want to say a good couple of months ago. Quality game. Absolutely love the whole Mario and Luigi series. Definitely a great time. I at some point want to go through and get all of the other Mario and Luigi games. I know I have Dream Team for the 3DS. I know at one point I had some other ones, but I think I might have either like traded them in or something because I don't have them anymore. And let's see what else. And I do have Brothership that I want to go through. Like, I've started Brothership, I've only played a little bit of it, but I want to play more. Okay, how do I want to do this? I guess we hit Psychic on you, we hit Stone Edge on you. I think that's the play. Beaten Superstar Saga around 14 times. Wow. But sadly, I lost my original copy. Oh no. That my dad gave me around 4 years ago, so kind of just emulate it. That's kind of what I'm thinking I'll eventually end up doing for a lot of the other ones. Because obviously money's generally tight. A little surprised. Did it only crit rock? Because the fact that that did more damage to rock seems kind of weird to me. Either way, a lot of emulation is probably going to end up happening, because once I make it through all of my N64 games, I want to start making my way through all of my Game Boy games and Game Boy Advance games. And I think I'll do everything alphabetically. But once I'll save like all the Mario and Luigi stuff for the very last, and I will literally just do like all of the Mario and Luigi games like back to back to back to back. And I'm also hoping that a lot of the games that I'll be playing will have retro achievements, and that'll be like a nice way for me to start into retro achievements if I don't do the recharged yellow first. Brothership lags a lot in some scenes, so watch out for those lags. Okay, that's not a big surprise. Hopefully by the time I get to that point, I'll actually be able to have a Switch too, and it won't be nearly as bad. Yeah, it's better to emulate games nowadays due to... Yeah. So my biggest thing when it comes to Nintendo making games $80 to $90, or again, however much it is wherever you're at, is it's not an unreasonable ask in the sense of I think the games are actually in fact worth that much. The problem is that capitalism has screwed us over in our wages, and with it not keeping up with where it should be is what's making games being $80, $90 seem like such a ridiculous ask. So like again, like very specifically for Mario Kart World, I definitely, like, from what I've seen, that's easily a $80 game. I don't think that's a ridiculous ask that they were like, hey, we're charging $80 for this. You know what? Fine, I get it. It's like totally worth it. But like obviously, they have to come at it from one perspective of they can't be surprised when people are like, hey, we don't like the fact that you're pricing it this way. But I think us as consumers also have to, you know, meet them halfway and understand why it sucks that they have it in the way that they have it, and not necessarily not necessarily be because of the fact of it's just like, oh yeah, buy the, oh right, because of Dragon. I'm like, wait, why is this all resistant? But it's like blaming Nintendo's blaming the wrong people, at least in my opinion. If you're looking to stream this series, I'd recommend doing it in this order: Superstar Saga, then Bowser Inside Story, then Partners in Time, then Dream Team, then Paper Jam, and lastly Brothership. Okay, probably not the order I would have thought to do it in, but I will definitely consider doing it that way. Because Bowser's Inside Story was definitely one of the ones that I had at one point, and I don't know why I would have gotten rid of any of them. It's like, personally, I don't feel like I should have, but I don't know. Younger me was dumb. Yeah, I was gonna say, of course, X Scissors gonna kill there. That's not a big surprise. Now I get to find out if you have a fighting move or not. Either way, I'm going to Stone Edge. The fact that's neutral damage is weird to me. And I think that's another reason why I don't like this ROM hack, is that I feel like they have some weird interactions that should not work the way that they do. We've all been there. Exactly. But just because dumb past me made a bad decision doesn't mean that I can't, you know, essentially have a... I can't enjoy it later on down the line. Especially now with, like, where technology is where it's at, and, Alright, I was hoping that Papa Bear would be tanky enough for that. And I'm gonna imagine that you're probably gonna have Stone Edge. If I remember correctly, that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to actually end up dealing with this fight. Oh, right, you had the whole Shell Smash. Yeah, and then you White Herb to all of your prop. That's such a nasty combo. Power Gem. Okay, at least... That's probably gonna kill, right? Because Shell Smash, yeah. If that killed Skeletor's, doesn't stand a chance. All right, so we need to save Rillaboom specifically for Omastar. I was gonna say I don't think we started with Papa Bear. I think we started with the duck. What? I'm trying to remember what was. It started with the Dragapult. Biggest problem with the Dragapult is it's going to kill the duck no matter what. Let's try the bird out front and see if we can't essentially counteract the Shadow Ball with Oblivion Wing. Because maybe if I can essentially pop off 2 Oblivion Wings, it dies, I survive at least long enough. Yeah, that did, what, 134? That's half your health. Alright, it can't kill me, but I'm not going to be in a great spot for, I was going to say, whoever's about to come out next, which I'm guessing Omastar. Honestly, decent damage, all things considered. He's gonna go Shell Smash, which I'm gonna go Shadow Ball. This is like, if I could legitimately use, like, if I had Psychic as an actual option. Like, the fact that I can't learn Psychic's kind of just ridiculous. Going Ice Beam instead of Power Gem. Interesting. Yeah, alright. So, now we get to play the game of, is there something we can actually do here? I'm going to try the Duck, because at the very least, Dragapult's kind of already down. I'm going to hit Surf. Ooh, that's actually really huge for us. Because now we have the As-1 boost. I can't lie, but if you're going to play Dream Team and Paper Jam, be ready for a lot of grinding. That doesn't surprise me. I will say I will definitely be a bit better about how I... Ah, crap, that's right. Kill Watch Roll is incredibly annoying. That's... okay, I remember why I avoided coming here. Alright, so... Alright, if Kill Watch Roll comes out again, or like, because I don't think we're winning this. I think we're We're already too far behind at this point. I don't think Felsinger's gonna be enough. I think we send out Papa Bear, we hit Avalanche. Draco Meteor's already kind of nuked his strength. Yeah. But when I was playing through Superstar Saga, I got towards like the very end, and I'm trying to remember which Bowser what's the word I'm looking for? Which Bowser sibling it was, but there's one in particular that was just ruining me because of like a combination of just like the timing of his attacks were annoying, and I think he had like some kind of time limit on him, and I just wasn't doing enough damage. And it's because I think I put too much into speed when I was doing all my leveling. But like going through Dream Team, I was doing my leveling a bit differently. I was like, okay, this isn't nearly as bad. I'm not, you know, as worried about it. Having Weather Ball actually kind of like insanely smart. Was it the one where you played ping pong? That does sound like that would be right, but I can't say for 100% certain. Oh, thank God. All right, you're dead. Get out of here. But that sounds right. Either... Wait, was it that? Or was it the one where... Or am I thinking of later down the line where... No, I think... Okay, never mind. Yeah, I think it might be that one. Either way, I remember it being incredibly annoying and having to deal with it and feeling like I just never had enough health. And I was like, I'm not grinding this out. It was the whole thing. I do remember the ping pong one needed to be very precise since his patterns were always random. Yeah. Okay, I don't know if I fought you guys. Either way, all right, we're at the end of the episode time, which, the fact that those handful of bosses, which again, no surprise, the bosses in this game, especially this late in the game, are just awful in my opinion. I don't know. I'm sure, again, I've said this many times, I'm sure people enjoy playing through this. They like this level of challenge. I don't do competitive for a reason. It's because all dealing with all that nonsense is just, it's not fun to me. It's just genuinely not fun. Like, I don't mind, like, you know, sweating, praying for some crits, but like having some like insane team setups where it's like, I have like the most opportune team for this very specific scenario and there's nothing you can do about it. It's just, it's annoying. Either way, once again, YouTube, if you made it this far in the video, first of all, thank you for your time. I really do appreciate it. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you enjoy the content, like, sub, all that fun jazz, it really does help me out. And yeah, we're gonna keep going, and we're gonna finally start making our way to Blaine. I don't know if we're gonna make it there during this, you know, current live stream that we're recording this in, mainly because if we have to run into any more bosses, it's a no-go. It's gonna be a no-go, let's be real. But either way, once again, thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next one. Try Sword and Shield GBA version if you want. Ooh, okay. Sword and Shield GBA version. That sounds interesting. I personally enjoyed Sword and Shield overall. The ending, like the post-game, like the ending / post-game stuff, yeah, kind of meh. But I think overall, as a whole, solid game. Also, the first DLC, second DLC, amazing. Overall, I think Sword and Shield get a bit more hate than it deserves. And a lot of people that are like, a lot of people that say that, like, you know, that they like the game. It's like if you probably go back through like their Twitter feeds and whatnot, you'll see that they were bitching and complaining about it, and then it's just rose-colored glasses because they're all like Scarlet and Violet are trash, brr, type of mentality, and it's just gonna be the whole thing over and over again. That like next generation comes out, everyone's mad and crying about it, and then they'll be like, this previous generation wasn't nearly as bad, and like you could probably go look through all their stuff and be like, yeah, no, you were complaining like no one's business about the previous generation. Shut up. I don't remember all the stuff from the GBA version since I deleted the files packs. Ooh, that's never fun. Think that GBA has both DLCs on top of it? God damn. The things that people will do just out of the like sheer love of the game. I love it. People who hate Pokemon games, I can understand criticizing Pokemon games because a lot of Pokemon, well, not even a lot, like a good handful of Pokemon games definitely deserve to be criticized. Like Scarlet and Violet, I understand some of the criticisms, but the level of hate it gets is ridiculous because a lot of the problems is quite literally the Switch limitation. That's the biggest thing. What they did in that game, they tried to like set it up in a way where it ran as well as it could have on the Switch, and you can see how well it runs on Switch 2 now, that it's a good game. It's always been a good game. Anyone who says otherwise, kind of unrealistic. Honestly, Scarlet and Violet probably should have been a Switch 2 game with how ambitious they got with it. It's like, does it deserve some criticism? Yes, sure. The level of hate it gets? No. Me personally, I will always criticize Gen 4. Mostly just Diamond and Pearl. Diamond and Pearl deserves a shit ton of criticism. It was quite literally the first Pokemon game in the mainline series that I never took the time to finish because I was just so meh on it. It's like I ended up finally finishing the like story of Diamond and Pearl with Shining Diamond, Brilliant Pearl, whichever one I played through. I can't remember because my partner played through the other one. But I wish they would have done, they would have made the remake through Platinum, because I never actually got a chance to play Platinum because the used copy that I bought, because again, I was just so meh on Diamond and Pearl, I didn't even originally bother trying to buy or to play Platinum until like well after the fact, because I was like, I didn't like Diamond and Pearl, why would I like Platinum? I didn't realize that they made so many changes that a lot of people like say like, oh no, they really fixed a lot of the problems, which I'm gonna say remains to be seen. I definitely plan on doing a playthrough of Platinum on stream at some point, but that's for a different time. Hating on certain mechanics of the game is respectable opinion, but hating on the entire, entering the entire genre, the just an entire game because you're not necessarily happy because of one thing or another, it's really annoying, because a lot of the times, a lot of the people bitching about what's going on in current gen Pokemon or whatever the one's coming up, they'll still buy the game. They'll bitch, they'll moan, they'll be like, this is the worst Pokemon game ever, but they'll still throw the money at it, which is annoying. Like, me personally, I thought Mega Evolution's like such a great idea. Wish they would have stuck with it. Z moves, interesting enough. Would have preferred Megas over it. I know it's a lot of people. Z moves are a lot of fun for a lot of people. I get that too. Gigantamax, again, it's pretty much just a different Mega Evolution. Again, also like Gigantamax, cool idea. Just make it Mega Evolutions instead, personally. And I personally thought that the terrestrializing gimmick for Scarlet and Violet was personally dumb to me, but I get from a competitive perspective how that really changes the game and makes things a lot more interesting. Again, I don't do competitive because I don't like to sweat it out when I play my game. I don't mind playing some like doing some like player versus player battles, but I don't like the whole I need my Pokemon to have these stats, these IVs, these EVs, these moves with this item, and it's like that's just too complicated for me. I don't like getting that deep into the weeds of it. Not fun. Just not fun. Oh yeah, I think Sword and Shield GBA version also has Z moves and Mega Evos and Gigantamax. I mean, it's just a smart idea. Like, I enjoy having essentially the Mega Evolutions and the Gigantamaxes in this, and it's just all under the umbrella of Mega Evolving. I think it's a neat idea. I think it's clever. I think that's kind of where Pokemon should have went with it, but, you know, that's just me. I think Pokemon's the team behind Pokemon kind of putting themselves into this weird thing of we need to come up with a new gimmick for each new generation. Kind of just it like after a certain point, either A, they're gonna have to do what they're doing now with Legend ZA and like, okay, it's time to recycle one of the previous gimmicks, or B, they're gonna be like, okay, how do we do the next interesting thing? Which I know I saw someone not horribly long ago talk about how the Legends games are probably some of the best Pokemon games, or are at least probably going to be some of the best Pokemon games going forward, which personally, which I personally agree with. Like, Legends Arceus was just some of the most fun I had playing Pokemon in a long time, and I think Legends ZA is going to be just as good, if not better. The problem with me making a Discord server is, one, I'm already in too many, and I genuinely just hate being in so many Discord servers already, and two, I technically kind of already have one that's my one friend's that I just kind of like essentially co-opted. It just, again, I'm not active enough in Discord that it is like it doesn't ever feel worth it to me. Like, I'm sure like at some point maybe I'll bite the bullet and finally make one of my own, but as of right now it's not really worth it to me. Legends Arceus is one of the most... Exactly. But Legends Arceus is such a peak game. It's like the fact that people are like, oh god, it's so boring and it gets really repetitive. Bro, like, you play Pokemon. Like, that's what happens to every Pokemon game. It all gets repetitive. What, like, do you even play Pokemon? It's like, but the whole thing is, it's the repetitiveness can be fun. All right, also, let me get this recording started before I get too deep into more Pokemon rants, which, I'm not saying that I don't love doing Pokemon rants, but let's at least keep the game progressing, right? What is up, my kings, my queens, my royals in between? I'm Lord Rosnell. This is Pokemon Radical Red. If you missed the last episode, you missed us dealing with a bunch of boss trainers, which is just the bane of my existence when it comes to this ROM hack, and I'm just so tired of it all. But fingers crossed we don't run into any more bosses anytime soon, so we can actually make some progress and make our way towards Blaine. But, you know, we'll see how that works. Either way, if you end up enjoying the content, definitely drop a like and a sub. It'll let me know I'm doing a good job, and let the algorithm know I'm doing a good job. Then you'll get to see more content like this. So more fan-made Pokemon games, more retro content, more Souls-like content. We got a little bit here for everyone. Also, if you enjoy live streams, definitely make sure to check out my live streams either on Twitch or on YouTube, because I stream on both. And then you'll get to enjoy some of the fun rants that I get into with fellow Pokemon enjoyers. Because before I started this recording, just big old, just nerding out, talking about Pokemon. Just good times. People who say Pokemon is repetitive either get stuck on a boss or an NPC and just complain. That's kind of where I'm at. Like, Pokemon, again, I get it. Pokemon, it can be generally repetitive. It's grind up a Pokemon, battle some trainers, catch another Pokemon, rinse, repeat, all that. It's like the same thing, but it's always different enough that at least I myself, I never get tired of it. Like if you are getting tired of Pokemon's repetitiveness, maybe you just don't like turn-based games. That's generally where I'm at. Pokemon gets repetitive after getting beat once. I could see that. I could definitely see that. I will say, like, at the very least, like, with how repetitive Radical Red here can be with having to fight the same trainers over and over again, I'm not getting to the point of being like, oh, it's like, this is so awful and repetitive. Like, it's more so of like, I feel like the challenge that they put here is a little bit too much, and partially it's on me for doing a randomizer. Like, if I wasn't doing this as a randomizer, this might be going mildly easier, because I wouldn't be dealing with random moveset learns and random abilities, which could very well be both hindering me and helping me. So, yeah, I don't know. But I'm definitely ready to be done with Radical Red. I'm ready to be done with Radical Red. I'm looking forward to some chiller times, though. If I do the whole retro achievement recharged yellow, which I think could be a lot of fun, I feel like that's probably going to be a little bit more that, like, it'll be like the challenge that I'm looking for, you know, not something like, here's competitive level Pokemon against NPCs, which, no, I don't want to do that. But it'll be more of like, okay, here's goals that you can work towards, which that'll be fun for me. By the way, you're the first streamer I've ever watched, because every time I've seen streamers, I usually skip them since they have boring content, but your content is actually fun to watch. Oh, you have no idea how much that means to me. That truly does mean the world to me. That's like probably one of the best compliments that I've probably gotten in a long time. And with where I'm at in my whole content creation journey and all that, like, so long as I'm at this point, like, as long as I'm entertaining at least one person, I'm happy. And you saying that, like, gets me, like, the satisfaction of knowing that what I'm doing is worthwhile. And to anybody out there happen to be watching, if you're a content creator or anything like that, like, you know what it's like being a content creator and how demoralizing it can be at times, where you can be like, I'm like trying all these things, trying to push things forward, and nothing seems to be working because you're always, you know, fighting against an algorithm. And especially nowadays with how things are, and like people's attention spans and what people are, I guess, generally looking for content, it feels especially hard nowadays. Because just sitting here thinking about it, it's like, I know I do like a lot of like Let's Play content, and that's not nearly as popular as it would have been like 10, 20 years ago. Like, if I was doing this stuff, like, you know, way back when, I'd probably be doing a lot better than I am doing now. It's just, with the way people essentially absorb content at this point, very, very different. And it feels like an extra large uphill battle at times. I get that, but dude, maybe... And I appreciate that, and I'm hoping at some point I can go from being like, you know what, it's like I'm making at least one person happy to I'm making at least 1,000 people happy, and like so on and so forth. Like, that would be an absolute dream, that where I could just be like, I'm entertaining multiple people. Like, even if it's just like for a little bit at a time, even if it's just like one person a day type of deal or whatever, like just every little bit forward is just a whole thing. You know what? Stone Axe, why not? And I'm always trying to improve my content in some way, shape, or form. It's just, I know my biggest problem is like there's a lot of times where I don't necessarily know how to go about improving it, right? And I think that's a problem that a lot of people have. Like, obviously, I would say, like, if you look at like any of the successful people on Twitch, on YouTube, and things like that, they probably don't have that problem nearly as much. You know what? Bacargo's probably a pretty decent Pokemon. We might be able to use it for something somewhere. But I know I was talking with my partner with this, I think the other night or the night before. Doesn't really matter when, but we were talking about it recently, and the whole idea of like, I could probably give like somebody else some good ideas, like just being like outside looking in, like, oh hey, this would be a cool idea for your streamer. Like, you seem to do like XYZ a lot, and I feel like this would probably fit into your whole thing decently well. Like, I can do that, but I struggle with coming up with ideas for myself at times. But I do have a handful of things like in the pipeline of my brain, and it's just more about figuring out how to execute it properly. Alright, I'm assuming Garbodor's probably gonna die from the bulldoze, because that's gonna be super effective. I'm also having good. Papa Bear faster than the Garbodor. This is good. But yeah, again, at the end of the day, that's just my whole goal as a content creator. Is I want to essentially share my love of the games and the things that I love with other people, whether they necessarily love those things as well or not. I mean, I would imagine, you know, if someone enjoys something that I enjoy, they're more likely to enjoy the content I create. But in general, like, I just, like, the world sucks enough as it is. I want to do something about it. It's just I don't know what the best way about going about it is. But as of right now, with what I have available to me, I think giving someone a distraction at the very least to help them forget, like, oh yeah, there's the outside world and it sucks and it's hard and I have to be responsible and shit. Like, that ends up just being a whole thing, and that's no fun. Also, I'm just now realizing that we are at level cap with the duck. Are we at 73 with anybody else? I'll have to check after this, because if we're at 73, I'm going to start avoiding battles so we can save these for XP for when we inevitably break through level cap again, which I would imagine would be after Blaine. I will also say I'm hoping that Blaine is going to be straightforward and not going to be like, oh yeah, by the way, I do my own thing. It's like you were expecting a fire gym? Well, surprise! I do this gimmick. Kind of like how frickin' Koga was like, I'm not a poison type trainer. Okay, yeah, okay. We're gonna start avoiding battles. We're gonna start avoiding battles like it's no one's business, because your boy doesn't need to. I'm pretty certain I can buy link cables, if I remember correctly. And there is a good chance that an Alakazam would be actually really good to have. Also, depending on what we run into. I was about to say Dreadstraw Knight? Again, Gigantamax. I gotta remember that Gigantamaxes are also in Mega Evolutions in this ROM hack. Alright, let's... Okay, I might say we might put on Infinite Repels, because I don't know if... Oh, I don't like the fact that it's snowing. Avoiding people. Okay, cool. Made it through that. Ignore you. Alright. Do I have to fight you now, or can I fight you later? Because I would at least like to get to Cinnabar Island. Okay, you're not yelling at me. That's a sign. That's good. And you're not yelling at me when I go in. Okay, cool. I can live with this. Alright, I'm definitely going to say we can worry about Seafoam Island. Actually, turn Infinite Repel off so we can actually see what's in here. Because you never know what we might find. Cannon is pretty good. I don't know where. I mean, if what's the word I'm looking for? That's not a trainer battle, so that means that berry's gone. I'll have to actually remember to do something about that. All right, let's just try Stone Axe. If it dies, it dies. Hey, Senior Sky, popping over on Twitch as well. Appreciate you. I was gonna say, the only thing that I think you personally benefit from being over on Twitch at this point is the follower emotes. Unless, obviously, you have Prime Sub or you want to sub, but again, you do not have to do that. That is your money, you keep it for all I care, because, ooh, Nihilgo, okay. I could use a Ultra Beast. Yeah, definitely not too shabby. I will say, with the time frame that I do tend to stream, it's very weird for viewership, because one, a lot of people streaming during this time, and two, it's like this just really awkward moment for across all time zones. And like, either A, people are already like done with work and they're starting up their own stuff, or B, they are just getting off of work, and that's a whole thing. They're gonna make me really work with this, aren't they? Made a Beyblade reggae song. Ooh, okay. It's like, I enjoy me some reggae. Did I never pick up strength from what's his face? Crap. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to go back. Man, I miss Beyblades. I never got super into actual Beyblades. I feel like I should have picked up strength, though. Or maybe did I... I might have thought about picking it up. Oh, wait. Actually, I know exactly how it happened. I know exactly how it happened. At one point, I had the gold teeth, and... Yeah, okay, I know exactly what happened. I'm an idiot. So after going through the Safari Zone at one point, I went back up to Lavender Town, which has a trainer that has nothing but Audino, and they all know Memento, and you pay him $10,000 and you just fight the team and you just rack up experience like crazy. And at one point in the time, I went to go do that, but I turned up the speed of the game to like 800%, and I was just rapid clicking A because I was like, okay, what are the odds of me running into any Pokemon that need to learn any moves at this point? Well, almost immediately, I think it was even with Big Bird, I accidentally got rid of Oblivion Wing. And if you've been around watching for any extended amount of time, you know Oblivion Wing kind of great on Big Bird here, and kind of necessary. So I ended up having to reset, which meant, ooh, hello Reggie Steel, don't mind if I do. But I had to reset the game, and so that way I could keep Oblivion Wing. And because of where I last saved, I would have to redo the Safari Zone stuff. So I never remembered to go back and give what's his face his teeth. That'll do it. Yeah, pretty much. Like I accidentally got rid of Oblivion Wing, and it was a whole thing. All right, but yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, what are your thoughts on Beyblade's first season? It's been so long since I've watched Beyblade, but from what I remember, I thought it was a really good show. I really enjoyed it. And I'm sure I could probably find somewhere to stream it again and like rewatch it. But off the top of my head, I honestly have no idea of where I'd want to watch it, but I would imagine it probably holds up. I would imagine it holds up. I know I've rewatched through Yu-Gi-Oh!, old Pokemon. All of those hold up pretty well, and I enjoy my time with them. Also, 69 Gudra, nice. The real question is, what version of Gudra are you? Because if you're the part steel one, that's going to be my old problem. You're the part steel one. I guess Rillaboom's probably our best bet, thinking about it. I'm going to go Rillaboom. Now that we're talking about some old school animes, anybody remember Duel Masters? Anybody down with Duel Masters? Because if you are, one, great show, fun card game as well. And two, I think 2 Duel Master games on my Game Boy Advance. I think it's only the 2. Which we'll be playing through one of them. Because from what I remember is they did a whole, like, essentially red blue version type of deal where it's like you can have this one and have like these kind of little scenarios and these exclusive cards, or you could have this one with these little scenarios and these exclusive cards. So, you know, that was its own whole thing. Oh crap, it has Wish. That's gonna be annoying to deal with. Though I can probably Drain Punch my way through a lot of my problems if I had to guess. Beyblade slowly got worse as the show progressed. First 1 through 5 seasons were the best. That's probably about all I really watched, to be honest. I know I didn't get like super deep into it, and probably when they got off of the main characters from the original season, that's probably where I generally fell off. Out of curiosity. show. Let's see. Because that's gonna be the big thing, is where yeah, like whatever this Beyblade X, Beyblade Metal Fusion, Beyblade Metal Masters, and Beyblade Burst, those are all foreign to me. So let's see, Beyblade Season 1. Yeah, so just straight up Season 1 Beyblade. That makes sense. G Revolution, yeah, probably saw that. V-Force, again, the same main characters, which makes sense. Let's go Lockjaw just because it should do damage. And then, yeah, Beyblade Burst is no. Burst. Yeah, so pretty much anything after the first, I guess, 3 seasons is beyond me. Alright. I hope I'm not in like a weird infinite loop of... We're gonna do Lockjaw one more time. Of course, you're changing your stats again. Kind of saddens me how all the good shows like Beyblade, Pokemon slowly lost their entire thing and became worse due to writers giving up slowly. So I will personally say that from everything that I watched Pokemon-wise, I've never like not enjoyed I've never not enjoyed their the Pokemon anime. Everything that I've seen of it, I've enjoyed. I will say I kind of fell off like watching it like regularly around, I want to say like I want to say it was like partway through like Diamond and Pearl. I don't know what it was specifically about Diamond and Pearl. I don't know if it was like just timing and I couldn't. Oh my god, are we? Alright, I'm turning this up to like 800% to try and like speed this up. Because I think we're in a weird loop of... Oh! Alright. Alright, so that was just a whole weird thing of like, hey, by the way, you can't actually catch this one because it's just going to infinitely re-heal itself and keep getting its kind of armor bonus, which was annoying. Okay, that's fine. Alright. Let's see if we can't figure out how to get the hell out of here. Yeah, Pokemon has great writing, but I still fail process how Ash did. So the problem with that is, one, Pokemon at its core will always be geared towards kids, and having Ash age doesn't give the newcomers a chance to bond with him. And that's the main reason why you'll never see you were never going to see Ash age, is because Ash was always, you know, to be there to relate to, you know, kids like 10 to 15 at the latest type of deal. And I understand why they finally retired Ash, so that way they could, you know, bring in new characters and be like, okay, we got to start something new and, you know, see if we can't get a wider variety of kids in. Yeah, but it'd be kind of cool. I would love to see, like, them eventually show off older Ash in, like, the newer series. Like, I feel like that'd be really cool. I feel like they would be smart to do something like that. especially with the callback to Red and Blue in, what is it, Ultra Sun and Moon. Like, seeing aged up Red and Blue in the Battle Tree or whatever the heck it was called. That was, like, so cool. Triple Axle. We've probably never used that. But yeah, that's the unfortunate thing of wanting Ash to grow up along with us, but that was just never gonna happen. And I think the more annoying thing is the fact that you would imagine that Ash's Pikachu should essentially just always be level 100 after a certain point and practically never lose against a lot of Pokemon it goes up against. But then you have like the whole like, oh, I lost to this Trico at the start of this one thing. It's like, well, that feels kind of ridiculous, and it's just like this weird like kind of like, okay, how does the level scaling work in all this? Which it's just kind of the same shenanigans that Yu-Gi-Oh has of you know what, we're gonna make this a rule just because it works for us in this specific episode and it makes things cooler. As soon as I heard Sun and Moon, IDK, I just needed to do that. I will say, Sun and Moon, both great. Well, both versions of Sun and Moon, like Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon, both great games. Surprisingly, I enjoyed Sun and Moon more than Ultra Sun and Moon. I think it got to the point in Ultra Sun and Moon, there just ended up feeling like so much extra more to do that like it just kind of became overwhelming. I think it also didn't help like with the timing of things, with how much I had going on. I didn't have as much time to enjoy Ultra Sun and Moon. Okay, so we came through that one. That's a ladder down. That's a ladder up. Where does this ladder up take us? It takes us to Keldeo. All right, we're going to do a quick save here, but this really isn't actually going to be Keldeo. Never played either. Oh, okay. Personally, I enjoyed them. I thought they were fun. I thought the whole idea of the gyms being more like little challenges and having the gym leaders be the... oh, God. I'm trying to remember what they even specifically called the gym leaders in this, like, but like they did it so like they did it differently enough that it was interesting, but they didn't do it. Okay, it's still legendary. I'll take it. But like they did things differently enough that it made it interesting, but they didn't do it so differently that it ruined things. I'm gonna go Ice Beam in hopes that I don't nuke it in one shot. Okay, that's a lot stronger than I expected. I was about to say, what did it just do? But I know exactly what it just did. Yep, it did that. It did that. Also, why in the world did I not throw a quick ball? What's wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Why wouldn't I just throw a quick ball? Why do I always forget to throw quick balls at the legendaries? Ooh, actually, that works out really well. Unfortunately, I don't have... Emotional damage! Yeah, more or less. But we got these dark balls. Or dust balls, I should say. Which should generally do the trick. Now, only if I had an ability to put on a status effect. That'd be nice. Court change. I have... That's another thing, is there are definitely some moves in this game which are clearly very specifically just for this game and not for Pokemon in general. And so when I see things like that, I'm like, I don't know if that's a real move or not. So I'm wondering, is Court Change supposed to essentially be like, oh, you set up a whole bunch of what's the word I'm looking for? Like stealth rock and spikes, but now I'm gonna switch the courts and now it's on your side. Because honestly, if that's the case, that would actually probably be so much more worth the move space than like a rapid spin. Because it's not like rapid spin is actually all that good anyways. Okay, also just to save us a little bit of time, because I'm just going to keep throwing... I'm going to keep throwing balls anyways. Until we generally run out of attempts. But it's going to just be so much easier to rapid, you know, send this. And try and use like RNG to our advantage. I'm sure if I had a status effect on Ting Lu here, I'd probably be better off. Okay, can you... I'm assuming you are probably out of moves of everything else. Nope, you still have laser focus. You can't shake 3 times and then pop out. That's just rude. Like, you're clearly on 1 HP. Like, you can't even give me at least a couple of shakes every single time I throw. Again, 3 times. You're not allowed to do that. Like, if I had this for... like if they had this like for Game Boys and just like back in the day, this would be so nice. Like I can't tell you how many probably hours I've wasted just throwing a Pokeball at a Pokemon with 1 HP over and over again. Like, you're eventually gonna kill yourself, Ting Lu. You're just stay in the ball. Game Boys wouldn't even load the game, right? I definitely think a Game Boy Advance would, because it's all about what you can fit onto an actual cartridge. That's more so what it is, because I know a lot of, okay, we're down to Great Balls. We've went through all of our Ultra Balls already. The odds of us catching this thing are slim to none. And it just struggled. And alright, it is what it is. We tried. That also being said, I'm going to teleport back because we essentially sacked the majority of our team to try and catch it. Yeah, luck was not with us this time. There's definitely like other times where RNGesus has smiled upon us. A lot of the times, he will not smile upon us. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I've done to him, but I've definitely offended him in some way, shape, and form at some point in my life. Ooh, first daily quest. Ooh, gotta get a date to the prom. You know what? You know what, Senior Sky? I believe in you. I think you can do it. Also, if you've never played the game Monster Prom, highly recommend it. Go play Monster Prom. Well, that's not happening. Right, okay, right. We went up and that sent us to Keldeo. Alright, I think I might have technically... Actually, no, I didn't. I think I might have accidentally beans this. No, I didn't. Good. I think I've heard a really fun series. They also have what is it, like Monster Camp, Monster Con, Monster Road Trip. Just a really fun, zany kind of, you know, unhinged, essentially dating sim. Okay, Articuno's there. One Ultra Ball. Can we catch Articuno with an Ultra Ball? Again, I kind of wanted to make my way out of here so I can actually leave and start heading towards Blaine. But I mean, if I have to, okay, what way am I missing to go? Because literally just over here is Articuno. I mean, I would argue that all games are made for funsies. But yeah, more or less. Where did these go, I guess? Is that where I'm missing? Nope, it's just that again. Okay, well... Alright, we're gonna teleport one more time. Mainly because I can't be bothered to figure out where I need to go for... to get towards Blaine. Might as well try and catch Articuno while we're here, right? And then we can explore the cave more. But to do that, we're gonna need more Pokeballs. Yeah, if I... 20 bucks says if I had, like, my actual, like, my head about me and I wasn't trying to just, like, okay, go. I could probably, like, just take a deep breath and be like, okay. Let's, you know, just kind of work this out. But as of right now, nah. I'm more focused on the go. Alright. Alright, if I can't catch it at 99 Pokeballs, it's not worth it. Well, luckily for us, the travel back to the cave isn't that big of a deal. Alright. And I think trying to catch Articuno is probably going to be where we're going to end up ending it, because 20 bucks says it's probably going to take the entire time to do it. Unless we get, like, really lucky. And maybe RNG loves us this time around. Or maybe I need to catch Articuno first for some reason. Alright, so... here... and we come down here... double check, make sure there's nothing here. Where does this lead us? Ah, that leads us there. Oh, okay, you know what? That's kind of a faster way to do that. I'll take it. Alright. I don't know why I'm bothering saving, because to be honest, I don't really care one way or another. I already have like an Articuno, and let's be real, this is going to get randomized anyway, so it could be worth nothing. Alright, Articuno, what are you randomized to? Okay. Nagadel. Okay, alright, oh, do I not have any more? Apparently I do not have any more, ooh, I don't like the fact that it has substitute. It's gonna end up killing itself with substitute, isn't it? That is not good for us. Okay, I do have quick balls. Okay, wonder why it's not. Okay, I definitely think that this game is a little bit off when it comes to its, I was about to say, were we about to first try this? Right. Can I actually catch it while it's substituted? I can. Are you telling me that? Oh, okay, all right. Substitute Moonlight. Okay. Huh. Not what I was expecting. That's okay. I'm gonna just let's turn this up because we're gonna have to. Throw a Pokeball? Nope. Probably should have thrown an Ultra Ball, to be honest. We'll hit. Alright, gotta hit. Keep hitting Ice Beam. Alright, that's pretty low. Ultra Ball. Substitute. Alright, Ultra Ball, because there's the Moonlight. It decided not to substitute there. Oh well. It didn't wanna. That's all there is to it. It didn't wanna. Alright, let's see. Nothing there. And then that leads to here, then here. And that really just leads to nothingness. Yeah, because then leads us to there, which is back to here. Alright. So we got that. Because it's not about doing more. Yeah. Gotta get to sleep. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate all your chatting. Appreciate all your kind words. But you go get some sleep. You deserve it. And hopefully work goes pretty smoothly for you tomorrow. But have a good night. And we'll be around for the weeks to come, to say the least. Alright, so yeah, down just leads us to here. That's a whole lot of nothing. We can't do anything with that. What am I missing? Because I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, wait. I think I know what I'm actually missing. I think I just...
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
You're absolutely right, Champone. Something ain't right, and it's mostly me being dumb. That's what, yep. So what I needed to do was I needed to follow this to here. So then I can follow it down to here. And then I follow this down. And now I can finally leave. Alright, and with that, I'm gonna say screw it. Like, this is good enough. I'm gonna save here. We'll make it to Blaine next episode. We kind of got lost in the sauce, and it is what it is. But sometimes that's just how you have to play games, right? All right. Either way, if you ended up enjoying the content, first of all, thank you for your time. I really do appreciate it. Like I said at the beginning, like, sub, all that fun jazz. Especially if you did enjoy, especially if you made it this far. If you made it this far in the video, I feel like you enjoyed yourself. Either way, once again, thank you all for your time. We'll get to Blaine next episode, hopefully. Maybe I should train up some water Pokemon just to get ready. I might do that. Either way, once again, thank you all for your time. Really do appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next one. Alright, so that recording's done. Let me rename this part. Alright, Radical Red Part 52. Alright, now, the real question. Who do we raid? Who do we send the love to? Da, 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 na, 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 na. Okay, we got some Pokemon going on. I'm not gonna say no to that. You know what? We got some Pokemon. We're playing some Pokemon. Let's raid into some Pokemon. Alright, Binary Queen, Alexis, good people. They're part of... Okay, if I spelled the name right. They are part of the 1UP Gaming Festival. Like I said, good people. They do a lot of shiny hunting. If you enjoy... If you enjoy shiny hunting and all that, you're gonna fit right in. If you enjoy Pokemon, good times. They're currently doing Dynamax raids to get their shinies, which is always a fun way to get your shiny. But go show them some love. Like I said, good people, just good times. Tomorrow morning at noon, gonna be checking out Prospector, another game I got a key for. Should be a lot of fun, especially if you like resource management, automation type stuff. If you're part of, if you know the name Billy the Door, this is a Billy the Door ass game. If that doesn't make sense, stop by tomorrow if you can, and that'll really tell you. Tomorrow night is gonna be Pokemon Stadium. Day after, Seamless Co-op with Adam, so long as his neighbors don't decide to do more construction. And then Thursday, more Elden Ring. Either way, let's go show Binary Queen some love. I know I will. And I will catch y'all later. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye-bye-bye. Then we give it a few moments because stream delay sucks. Alright, and that should probably be enough. Alright, bye everybody.